So, tonight's class is going to be nonprofit design, the action plan. A lot of this stuff that we're going to go over tonight, we've already gone over. But now we're putting it all together as to what is the different components of a grant. This is going to be a comprehensive 32 module curriculum that we're going to be talking about. And it's framed around a grant ready framework, building high impact, sustainable community programs. Okay, do me the honor of reading what you see.
Read what I see. He said, what a strong program foundation. What a strong program foundation includes clear purpose, a defined mission statement that guides our program decision, defined population, specific demographic, geographic, and eligibility criteria, evidence-based need, data, and community input confirming the problem exists. Exact outcome, measurable changes in knowledge, measurable changes in knowledge, behavior and condition, implementation timeline, phase milestone that planned through full operation.
So, do you remember the two types of research tools?
The two type of research tools, why I'm thinking quantitative and
Yes, that's one.
oh god, and
Quantitative and qualitative.
qualitative
Yes,
and quantitative, yeah.
yes, exactly. Throughout the course, those questions are going to keep coming back.
Oh,
Quantitative and qualitative,
oh.
because they both are evidence based. Okay, let's continue on. So, when we talk about writing the description, what does it include? First, we have to talk about what the program does. You have to describe the core activities delivered to participants. Outline the curriculum structure or service model. Name the modules, for example, workshop, coaching, case management training, whatever the case might be. Who does it serve? Specify target population by age, income, or background. Define eligible criteria and geographic service area. Describe the present need and the barriers to the population faces. What outcome does it achieve? You want to list anywhere from 2 to 3 primary measurable outcome participant will reach. Next week, we're going to start talking how do you measure success. But this week, we're just going to talk about the plan. You want to include quantitative targets like 80% of employment rate, um, scores that are gained, example, etc. You want to state the frame time for achieving each expected change. And then finally, the timeline. Specify whether it's ongoing year round, is it cohort based or time limited? No cohort limit. Is it 12 weeks or is it a program cycle frequency? And then finally, align timeline to grant period and reporting milestones. Any questions?
No, it's a mouthful.
Okay, read this for me.
Read this for you. Sample program description formats. Workforce development, occupational skills training. A 12-week occupational skills training program serving unemployed adults 18 plus, resulting in industry recognized certification and employment with 90 days of completion. Training. Then we have youth leadership, after school leadership academy, an after school leadership academy for high school students from under resourced community, building civil engagement and college readiness skills. Hosting stability, rapid rehousing program. A rapid rehousing program providing case management and rental assistance to facilities experiencing homelessness, achieving 6-month housing retention. Financial employment, financial literacy and savings. A financial literacy and matched saving program helping low-income individuals build emergency fund and establish credit.
Notice how each one has its own program description. Every grant should have a program description. And the program descriptions just break down the particulars, how long it's going to take, what do you plan to accomplish, and when do you plan to accomplish it. Okay, let's continue on. So everything requires evidence to document the community need. First, you want to look at local, regional, and national data quantifying the problem, including poverty rate, unemployment figures, and homeless counts from census and government resources. Second, you want to focus, you want to look at focus. Do you know what a focus group is?
Several people come together, focus on one thing, I guess. I don't know.
That's all it is. A focus. You bring people together and you say to them, hey, what do you think of my program? What's the weakness? What's the strength? So focus group just bring people together to talk about your program. So focus groups, surveys, and listening sessions conducted directly with the affected residents. Capture live experience that statistics alone cannot convey. This is when we do subjective type of gathering information. For example, if you're dealing with a group of young people that are at risk youth, you can bring a group of 12 people and you begin to get information from them as to why they get in trouble, as opposed to looking at the stats that show that. You want to get personal information. So that's why you want to do focus groups and things of that nature. Again, both of these two right here are quantitative and qualitative type of research. Now, you also want to document the comparison of existing service and the unmet demands in the service area, demonstrating why current resources are insufficient to address the identified need. You need to be able to show that while it might be 20 programs is out there, there's over, let's say, 10,000 people that need to be serviced. So therefore, you're getting into a market where there's more than enough clients that you can get for your program. Letters of support. Have you ever heard of a letter of support?
Yeah. You get letters to support what you could do. Yeah.
Exactly. A letter of support, right? When you're writing grants, you want to get letters of support. For example, you might get it from a parent that says that my child is a 10-year-old who's in need of the type of services that this particular program provides. And you can gather that information either by a letter of support, interviews, or endorsement from community leaders and partners agency, confirming that the need is real, recognized, and ready for intervention.
Michael, you saying this, and,
Okay.
my mind is, I'm thinking because, again, with me borrowing all this money and wanting to pay it, say, within 15 years, and if the daycare is Monday through Friday, 2 shifts, and maybe one Saturday a month, you're right, maybe I can bring something like this in, a program with the youth or something. So I need to
Yeah,
search
yeah, you can do,
online.
see, you can supplement because you say it was 7 rooms.
It's 6 classrooms.
You could do all kind of things with that to make a lot of money. Trust me, it doesn't necessarily have to be 24/7 daycare or
Hmm.
childcare. You can use it and rent it out to people that might use it. So you can use it for a lot of different ways.
We have
Trust
to
me
research
to
some of
bring that
those
money in.
because instead of evening shift when that might be full, maybe the one coming here and there. Could you're right? If I could, yeah. So I need to research other ways of utilize the building so I can pay for it.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah.
That building, trust me, is a money maker. And you got 6 rooms too. Yeah, it's definitely a money maker. Now, now the building in question, this is going to be your house, or is this going to be where you currently located with your business?
No, Michael, this I have an investment property. No, I live off Bush, but it's in USF area. It's an
Oh,
investment
so this is
property.
going to be different.
Yeah.
Oh, girlfriend, you really stretching on out. Okay, all right. That
Yeah.
being said, let's talk about needed data. We needed data where we can gather information. If you
We're
remember, we went over this more in depth when we talked about the demographics last week.
Okay, where
Okay,
to find your
continue.
needed data? US Census, American American Community Survey, ACS, for income, education, employment, and housing data by zip code, county, or metro area. And it's federal and it's free. And then you have the local government reports, city and county annual reports, strategic plan, and community needs assessment published by local agencies and planning department, metropolitan, municipal targeted, school district data, graduation rate, free and reduced price lunch, enrollment, literacy scores, and chronic absenteeism data by school and neighborhood. Then we have hospitals and health system data. Community health need assessment, CHNAS, requires every 3 years for nonprofit hospitals system. Rich population health and social determination data. What is that? Required every 3 years.
I mean,
990.
they have to. It's required every 3 years because numbers change. So what happened
Mm.
3 years ago is not the same as this year. So every 3 years they have to do the survey all over again to make sure it's the most current. For example, the last survey they did, it might have showed that 3% of the population had poor health needs. 3 years later, that number might be 10%. So that's why you constantly have to refresh that information related to health.
Okay. And so we have community survey, primary data collected directly from your target population, VA, focus group, listening session, and structured survey, the most local relevant evidence. So you're saying I need to do this primary self-collected. So I need to do a community survey for the focus group.
You don't, but I'm just putting it in terms of what might come up if you got a client. It might be that they might need that community survey. But in your case, with your organization, you don't. We just talking about how to write grants in general, not
Okay.
specific to any particular organization. So that like for me, when I'm writing the grant, I'm gonna need this community survey because basically what I'm doing is community needs statement. I'm trying to get a feel as to what does the community need.
But likewise, I
Okay.
can do I'm sure it's out there how many parents with children under 5 or that I can serve and how many schools and make sure it's enough children that go around.
And guess what? The information that we did last week on those
Uh-huh.
links, that'll give you all the information you need.
Did you send me that, Michael?
I said the link that I sent you last week, that the links that for where to get the data from, you can click on that data link and get all the information you need. And we're gonna go over that too again also, because I want you to go to the sites and I want to see how you do on those particular sites. Okay, let's continue on. So when we're talking about, and I
Scientific
think we talked,
smart goal, yeah.
yeah, I think we talked about this last week. Or was it the week before last? But nevertheless, read what you got here.
Oh, you said read it?
Yes, read it.
Okay, read it. Smarter goals plus three-level outcome framework, goal setting framework, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound, elevated, elevated, and revised. Three-level outcome framework, short-term outcome, measure at, let's say, 30 to 90 days. I say changes in knowledge, awareness, and attitude among program participant. Increase knowledge of job readiness skills, improve awareness of available resources, shift in attitude towards self-efficiency. Get out of welfare. Self-sufficiency. All right. A picture of this. Your pick this. Okay, and then measurable. That's measurable. That's smart and measurable. Achievable. Intermediate outcome. 6 to 12 months. Days, months, years. Okay. 6 to 12 months. It's a changes in skills, behavior, and practice as participants apply learning. Demonstrated new um, occupational skills, change financial management behavior, sustain program participant rate. And then over here, we have evaluated and revised long-term outcome, changes in conditions, status, or system, reflecting lasting community impact, sustained employment above living wages, stable housing and reduce recidivism, reset, RECIDIVI. I don't know. I've never seen that. What's the
Where
word is
we
that?
at?
All the way down. The second,
Oh, with
yeah, what's that?
citizen.
Huh?
With citicism.
What is that?
That means people keep on going back to jail.
Oh, stable housing
Yeah,
and
that means
reduce.
recidivism. Only reason I know because I did a lot of projects in criminal justice. And the
Racism.
recidivism rate says that the average person, if they don't get the necessary support, will be back in jail within 18 months. And it's called recidivism. Keep on coming back. Keep on. It
Re
should be repeat. Keep on coming back.
Oh, and policy level of systematic change achieved. Mm.
So pretty much that's three different levels of outcome: short term, intermediate, and long term. Now, most programs don't go from 2 to 5 years. Most programs is only a year long in evaluation. But
Mm.
some programs are like 5 year programs. And it's a 5 year program, you're going to break it down like this. But most program is only like 12 months, once a year and what have you. Okay. So they give an example. By December 12th,
December 20,
2025,
December 12th, December
80%.
31st. Yeah, December 31st, 2025.
What did I say?
December 12th.
Oh, I'm working too hard. Right. Thank you for catching that. By December 31st, 2025, 85% of program graduation will attain a full-time employment at or above 18,000 hours within 90 days of completing the work training cohort. Notice how they break down what is going to be the results and how they plan to do it. First of all, it's going to be done by December the 31st. And we're assuming this program is starting on January the 1st. And they're going to say 85% of people that take that class are going to graduate. And those that graduate are going to make about $18 an hour within 90 days of completing the training.
I mean, you got to spoon feed them. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
You pretty much do. That's why they pay the bucks, right? Because you pretty much have to take this person from nowhere to somewhere.
Pick them up when they
Okay.
complaining. Come on, we can do it. Jeez,
Yeah, you actually have to be a motivator. But people who were, I say, people who were chosen to do this, they're good at that. Some people don't, not good at it. So they go into other fields. Okay, read to me about the youth program.
Youth program by June 30th, 2025. 90% of enrolled youth will demonstrate a measurable increase in leadership competency score on the pre-post assessment. 90% target rate, pre-post assessment, leadership competency, deadline June 30, 2025. June 30, 2025.
Which means that this is looking like it's going to be a 6-month program. And they're saying by the end of that year, or by the end of those 6 months on June the 30th, this is what they plan to accomplish. Notice most programs never say 100%. Because it's an assumption not everybody that enter into that class is going to make it. So 90% and 85% is awesome. Now let's look at the housing program and read that for me.
Housing program by September 30, 2025. 80% of households served will maintain stable housing for a minimum of 6 consecutive months after program exists. And then it's the 80% target rate, 6 months stability, post exit tracking, deadline September 30, 2025.
Okay, so as you can see, this is a really thought out program goal. They break down everything you need to know. How many are planning to make it? When are they going to make it? What is going to come out of that? These people are making 18 hours a day. I mean, an hour. Whereas so most people are only making the bare minimum wage. And they're going to be able to do it in 90 days. Okay,
So the
let's
workers,
continue.
are who are making $18 an hour?
The students, once you
The,
graduate from the class, they're going to
mm,
be making $18 an hour.
mm.
And they say it's going to be full-time
And they're
employment.
gonna get housing and all that.
They're not going to get housing. They only get housing if they come as part of the last program. This is a housing program.
Yeah.
This program is only for employment.
Oh, workforce.
The last program is for housing.
It's three different programs. Okay.
Yes, 3 different types of programs. One of these programs deals with workforce, another
85%.
program deals with youth, and still another program deals with housing. But notice each one of them break down on when it's going to happen and what's going to happen and what's going to be the outcome. A lot of programs are combined together, like this workforce and this youth program. Some, no, not youth, housing program. Some combine all of them together, the youth program, workforce, and housing at the same time, especially those kids that are going to be aging out of foster care and are still considered to be a young adult or a youth. So they can combine all 3 of these elements. Okay, read for me the key strategies that must happen. This column right
Tragedy
here.
must address root cause of the problem. Go beyond symptoms. design intervention that target underlying systematic, structural, and behavioral drivers. They say go beyond symptoms. Design intervention that target underlying symptoms, structural, and behavioral drive. So you have to interview these people and find out why they where they at, right?
Now, first we have to do the research and see what other people are doing, saying.
Um,
We have to, for example, let's say we're using Google, we would type in, what is the root cause of juvenile delinquency? And we get that data right there as the root cause.
parents, parents'
Not
fault.
the result. Well, you're right. But we don't want the end result. They say, what is the root cause of that?
And
So
none
something had to have happened before this child got to jail. So what's the root cause? Like you said, parents living in a poor environment, all kind of things, peer pressure, all these things could be factored into that. That's why we need to understand what is the root cause. Next,
uneducated parents. Build and community strength and assets. Identify and amplify existing community resource, relationship, and resilience rather than operating in isolation. Identify and ample, make loud, ample the existing community resources. So you have to magnify those. Okay.
yes,
Relationship and resilience rather than operating. So you can't do this by yourself. You need a whole shebang to help you.
yes.
You need a community, but leverage existing partnership and resources. Maximize impact and cost efficiency by activating MOU. What is MOU?
It's a memorandum of understanding.
Okay.
A
Okay.
memorandum of understanding when two people get together. Remember you talked earlier about the partner want to do a partnership with you?
Yeah.
Well, to make that partnership legal, you have to do what's known as a memorandum of understanding. That memorandum of understanding breaks down everything everybody is supposed to do. So it cannot be no surprises. So memorandum of understanding is that everything we're supposed to do in this particular contract or agreement.
Yeah. And they say call referrals, argument, and shared service agreement. Reflective evidence based and best practice. Ground every program. It's a ground every program element in peer review, research, provision, model program, and documented field that best. And
That's that's why
documented
every
field.
program you want to use best practice approach to your program. When you're looking at your program that you're doing, you want to say it's evidence based because you're using your information through certification to do what you do. So that means that it's evidence based. It's not what you think, but it's based on the evidence, it's based on the data. Okay, let's continue. Okay, read this right here. Now, how
Yes.
long did you want to go?
Time is in. I gotta do some more work tonight.
Well, we can stop on this right here because we got about 20 more pages to go. So we can stop here and then follow up next week. So
I
read
gotta
this
look
right
at the
here.
business plan. I gotta look. We gotta, yeah, make sure you're on the right track with the business plan. I said
Yeah,
root cause.
definitely. I'm going to resend you what you send me, and what I want you to send me is the specs, the blueprint of that particular and the address of the house, so I can do my research.
Okay. The address is on the
And the names of the people that you're doing business with, so I can make sure all of them are legit.
Future Heroes Academy have the address, the website have the address and everything. But I'll send you the drawing and everything.
Yeah, and send me the website too to make sure I'm not going to the wrong website.
Yes,
Okay,
Michael.
that's final. Read this
Um,
right
uh,
here.
root cause analyst. Use fishbone diagram or 5 whys to uncover underlying causes, not just symptoms. Target the real problem, not surface level issue.
That's like the
Fishbone.
real problem. When you say the problem is that the child has a gun in his hand, no, that's not the problem. That's the result of something.
Yeah.
So we gotta go to the root cause of the problem to
The
find out
mother.
why
You start
the
from
person did
uh-huh.
what they did.
And you start from the guardian.
Sometimes, because I know I had a good mother, but I had a knucklehead. So when I was out there doing what I was doing when I was younger, it wasn't my mother. She was a single mom. She did everything she could do, but I was influenced by the neighborhood that I was in. Sometimes you got good mothers, but this is like good mothers. You got a millionaire, people that are millionaire, but their kids still go astray. So
That's
it's a
true.
combination of things. It is not necessarily one thing, but a combination of other things.
Mhm.
And peer
Okay.
pressure is one of the most important things, in addition to not coming from a well-established home. But that peer pressure is normally one of the underlying reasons why kids do what they did, trying to impress their peers.
Man, you a punk,
Okay.
man. Go hit him in the head. I mean, you want to get in a group, man? Do it again.
Exactly.
You have to be strong to say, no, man, I don't do stuff like that. Yeah.
That's why they have youth programs. That's what's important for youth programs to guide them in the right direction. Now, let's talk about a SWOT analyst and tell me what that is.
SW18. And SWOT analyst is an access organizational strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat to inform strategic choice. Align program to what you do best.
Okay.
Align program for what you do best. Internal and external factor. Evidence-based practice review. Research peer review literature and model program to identify proven interventions. Ground strategy in what the evidence shows actually works. Peer
Now,
revised model.
you know what I'm about to ask.
What
Give
did
me
I learn
two
today?
things, huh?
What did I learn today?
Two things that you learned today that you didn't know before. Only related to the subject matter that we just talked about. Give me two things that you learned today.
Two things that I learned today. Really, how to just narrow talk about the service, you talk about the underlying issue.
Okay.
What the real problem is and how you depends on the program you want to design. You have to let them know that you're going to stick with this person. To think you have to spoon feed them. You have to make sure that they're, I mean, actually, to get the result based on what this is, um you have to invest 101%. You have to go above and beyond to make sure this works. Okay,
At the
this is
end
the
of the
person,
day,
this
you
is me.
summarize it.
Huh?
You summarize the most important thing. You have to go beyond, above and beyond.
You have to
And we have
pick
to
them up. You
deal
have
with
to
the
call
root
them before,
cause, not the end result,
not
but
the
the
end
root
result, but the root
cause of
cause.
why things happen. Like if a child is failing in school, it might not be the parent that is the reason why. It might because that child has a disability. That's the root cause of why this child. What is that thing called when a child has a problem with reading and everything? Um,
You say what's it called when a child have problem reading?
yes. What's it called?
Mm.
But the child look at it
Dyslexia,
and they see
maybe
one thing.
dyslexia or something. It could be anything.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they like to see right. Exactly. So that might be the root cause of why that child is failing in
Need
school.
glasses, can't see the board. And sometimes it's a teaching style because
And it
instructors.
might be, and sometimes in poor neighborhoods, it might be because of lead, and the child is eating lead. So the root cause of the problem is the most important thing, not the end result. And a lot of people go to the end result instead of why did it happen. Let's go all the way back, and that's how we're going to solve the problem.
You
So
have to start.
excellent,
You just like me, starting something new in a neighborhood and getting grants
excellent.
or whatever. I have to go above and beyond.
Okay, let me hit this
Call them,
here.
remind them. Just like me having a parent meeting and